welcome to the Fancy Thinker. I'm Jared, and it is now time for the mid-year freakout tag. And I've done this every year so far, and I just find it interesting to do a half a year kind of update. It's not really an update because I'm not telling you all the things that I've read, but I'm just focusing on specific questions that somebody has made up at some time in the past, and a lot of us booktubers keep following. And I think there's different versions of this tag as far as the questions go. But the ones that I'm going to do today, I copied from David at Four Corners of the Page because I watched his video on this and I liked it a lot. So I'm gonna do those questions, and I know there's other versions of this tag out there, but that's the one I'm gonna stick with for now. It might be different than the ones I've done in the previous years, but hey, that's how it goes, right? So we're all having fun here, and it starts off with a bang. Um, the best book you've read so far this year, and I am going to give this to A Black Dragon on Red by our friend P.L. Stewart. It is the sixth book in the Drowned Kingdom saga, and it was fantastic. It was fantastic. I was so honored to get a advanced copy of this from P.L. Stewart, and I couldn't have been happier when I read it. I was blown away. I had high expectations going into this book, and those expectations were met and then some. And that's tough to do because things have been built up and built up. And I know that a bunch of people are doing a read along on the Drowned Kingdom saga right now, and I am. I am so glad, first of all, that they're doing that to catch up on this great series, and I um I am also like, what are you guys waiting for? Hurry up and get to this. So, anybody who hasn't jumped in on this series yet, the Strong Kingdom Saga series, you need to do so because it really is something special. And this sixth book was something even more special. It's my favorite of the series so far, and that's saying a lot because these are some good books, man. So that is my favorite book of the year so far. That my favorite new book that I've read. So these questions, and this question in particular has some caveats, quid pro quos, addendums. The because my favorite, I'm going to add on to this question because this is my favorite reread of the year, which I usually don't include in like my top 10 list or what have you like that. I keep rereads aside, but I wanted to just give a quick mention to my favorite reread this year so far has been This Day All Gods Die by Stephen Donaldson. It is the fifth and final book in the Gap cycle called The Gap into Ruin, and it was just as fantastic as I remember it being 30 years ago. So that was a lot of fun to read along. I read it along with Josh from Red Fury Books, and that was on the Fireside Discord, and that was a lot of fun to do. So that was my best reread, but my best regular read was A Black Dragon on Red, first time read, that is. All right, so let's get to the next question. Best sequel so far this year. Of course, I could just say A Black Dragon on Red. I mean, that would be the answer, right? But in the interest of keeping things mixed up a little bit, I am going to say the best sequel I read this year was Speaker for the Dead by Orson Scott Card. This is the sequel to Ender's Game, the much known Ender's Game, very famous sci-fi novel. And this was the better book. This was great, great book. So I really enjoyed the direction and the the new take on Ender that Orson Scott Card gave that character and that world and that universe that he created for them. Very good stuff. All right, what's next? Okay, what is a new release I am looking forward to reading? All right, so the new release I'm looking forward to reading the most is I Hear a New World by Alan Moore. This is the second book in his long London novel series. And this was the first one was called, uh, I'm blanking. It is called, oh, it's right over here. Yes, The Great One. All right, so the first book was called The Great One. I loved The Great One. It was in my top 5 last year. And so this is a new release I'm looking forward the most to reading. Probably going to start next week. All right. All right. And all right. And so next question is number 4. What is an upcoming release you're most looking forward to? And of course, anybody who knows me knows I'm a huge Erikson fan. And a new release this year is going to be Legacies of Betrayal. And so I am so looking forward to that. It's the next book after last year's book of the year for me, No Life Forsaken. So I can't wait for the next Malazan book from Steven Erikson, Legacies of Betrayal. All right. Next question. Most disappointing read of the year. And I had 3 choices, but they're all from the same author. So, that was Redemption Arc by Alastair Reynolds. I just did not like this guy's prose. That's all there was to it. I had some great ideas in I reread the whole Inhibitor trilogy series for the Speculation podcast, and I just couldn't get down with this guy's writing. It just did not work for me. For me, it was a little painful to get through, even though at times I was awed and wowed by some of his ideas. I thought they were great. But it was disappointing because I heard a lot about this, this space opera, hard sci-fi thing going on. And didn't work for me. All right. Biggest surprise of the year was Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. This took me, like I said, it's a surprise. I couldn't believe how much I liked this because I was expecting it to be mediocre, honestly, because the movie was a little on the left side of mediocre. It was okay. And I read the comic book adaptation over 20 years ago, about 20 years ago, and it was okay. It was good, a good comic, but didn't blow me away. And then we read a novel, Ender's Game, and it was my biggest surprise, because I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, and it was a really good book. And even though Speaking for the Dead was better, it's still Ender's Game is still a really good book, and so that was my biggest surprise. All right, my new favorite author. This was a tough one because I don't have that many, and most of the new authors I read are usually new authors from the Sci-Fi Masterwork series, and I haven't been that keen on a lot of the Sci-Fi Masterwork series books when they have introduced me to a new author. And so I haven't had a big list of new authors this year, but if I have to pick one, I am going to pick Stanislaw Lem, because we read Solaris as part of the Speculation podcast. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed, especially the time he wrote it, 1961 or something like that. I really enjoyed this guy's writing, and I am looking forward to one day reading another book by Stanislaw Lem. So that was interesting and also kind of a surprise too, but that I liked that much. But it was good. He was good. Uh, I also want to give a shout out. I think yeah, I've also read for the first time this year Thomas Devins. He's um, a self-published author, and I've read a couple of novellas by him that I really liked in his n- uh, Vermin of the Old Empire series. So check out Thomas Devins' books in that series. They're actually were a lot of fun. So yeah, let's see. New favorite character this year. Okay. Um, so, because my favorite book this year so far was A Black Dragon Unread, my new favorite character is from this book too, and it's really tough to say who it is without maybe giving stuff away from previous books, but probably not. Yeah, my new favorite character is Ethlin from this book, and I can't say more than that without giving stuff away. But needless to say, P.L. Stewart knocked it out of the park with this character. And Ethelyn, I loved reading her story, and I loved reading how it all ties in. So that's enough said on that because I really want people to enjoy and read this series, and I really want them to be as wowed as I have been. So Ethelyn is my new favorite character from for this year. All right. Um, all right, books that made me a book that made me cry this year. All right, so this might not be a surprise to people, but This River Awakens by Steven Erikson. This is a contemporary novel by Erikson with some slight overtones of it, mythological overtones, but mostly a contemporary novel of a boy growing up in Canada, and it was tough. It was tough. There was some tough times in this book, and there was some really heartbreaking moments in this book that really touched me. So I would definitely give that to this book as far as the crying angle goes, the crying game. um, all right, books that made me a book that made me happy. Um, well, all books make me happy. I love books. I love reading books. So it's all happy here. uh, anyways, I I think I kind of get the gist of what this question is trying to get at. And the book that made me, I guess, smile the most, if not laugh in a couple places, um, would be Small Gods by Terry Pratchett. I had a good time reading this, and I liked all the little jokes, and it made me smile. It just made me smile the whole time I was reading it. So, yeah, Pratchett gets the award for that, making me smile, making me happy. Okay, and then the most beautiful book I own. I mean, all books are beautiful, right? uh, so yeah, that's a tough question for me too. I'm not a collector per se. I keep some books I like. I keep a lot of books for reference, and I give a lot of books away. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not a collector, and so I don't go looking for most year special editions and stuff like that. That might change. Who knows? All right. Either way, I did pick up this beautiful book, and I don't know if this is cheating or not because this is a graphic novel, and it's The Odyssey by Gareth Hines. I don't think it's cheating because this is a real piece of art, a beautiful piece of work. It's his adaptation of the Odyssey, and it is just gorgeous. It's got like sprayed edges here and gold lettering, and just the inside cover artwork of the Greek stuff there. Um, really cool, really beautiful piece of work, piece of you know artistic package for a book, right? So yeah, so that's it. That's the whole tag there that I got now for me. So If any of my friends would like to take up this tag, please do so and let me know your answers to these. I think there's 10 questions, right? Yeah, there is. Okay, and that's all for today. I hope you enjoy this one. Like and subscribe, and be good to each other. Thank you.